Hi, grade sevens. Hope you're having a good weekend and relaxing a little, and then studying, obviously, for next week. Remember during class, I said to you, I'm going to be doing the revision booklet for term 4, and I'm going to be doing the memo on a video. So I'm going to do paper 1 right now, and I will be doing paper 2 later so that you can see how to do all of that as well. Now, for paper 1, please remember, guys, for both these papers, you've got the content in your booklet. Most important, you will need to revise the booklets that have got this in it. So if you see place value, go and look for the booklet that we've done that does place value so that you can just go through some of those as well as in the Gov book. So all I'm saying to you is use these concepts, but practice, 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 because that is the only way you're going to get used to this. Okay, most important, grade sevens, I believe that every single one of you is capable of this, and I believe that every single one of you is capable of doing well in maths. It's about the amount of effort that you put in. So if you practice maths, you know you're going to do well. And I know you can do well. Okay, now on the first page, we're looking at number value. Remember, we looked at number value and place value. Number value is how much is the number worth. Place value is the place. Where is it? So if I say to you, where is the 3 or the place value, you're going to tell me it's the 100,000. For the place value, the number value is 300,000 because how much is it worth? Okay, now, so it's 300,000, 500 million, 500,000, 3,000, 200, and 9,000. Now, write the following in expanded notation and in words. Remember what I said to you. Expanded notation, expanded means to pull something out and make it longer. So let's do expanded notation. So I'm going to do this one. So we've got 500,000 plus 40,000 plus 9,000 plus 300 plus 20 plus 7. Okay, so we've got this, but now it says write it in words as well. You write it the way we say it. So we say 500 and 40, remember hyphen, 9,000, okay, comma, 300 and 20 hyphen 7. Okay, remember what I told you? The hyphen is the important thing. Remember, I'm going to put this memo on Teams as well, so you will be able to mark everything. I'm just giving you examples on how to do it. Right, now let's have a look at prime numbers. Write the following as products of prime numbers. So let's do 60. Okay, so remember prime numbers, as I said to you, write out your prime numbers here when you get this. So 1, remember what I said, is not a prime number, it's special. So 1 is itself, it can't go into itself, and it is itself. So the first prime number is 2, 3, 5, 7, then you've got 11, then 13, then you can't do 14, you can't do 15, you can't do 16, but 17 you can. So anything that goes into itself and 1 goes into it, that is what a prime number is. So let's do 60. Break it up. So 2 times 30. Right, great. Now I say, right, 2 times, break the 30 up because it's not prime, 2 times 15. Okay, now let's break the 15. 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. Okay, are they all prime? 2, 2, 3, 5, yes. They're all prime, so I'm done. Let's do 48, okay, or 420. So we say 420 is equal to 2 times 210. Now, we break the 210. So we got 2 times 210, 105, times 2. Okay. Now, if you have a look at that, break the 105. So 2 times, how much is 105? 5 times 21 times 2. Okay. But 21 is not a prime number. I've got to break it up. So I say 2 times 5 times 3 times 7 for 21, and then times 2. So now I've got 2 times 5 times 3 times 7 times 2, all prime. I'm done. Okay, the rest of the memo I will put onto Teams. Now, let's have a look at this. Remember, we've got common fractions that we want to add. So remember the steps, guys. I said to you, step 1, so like the recipe, find the LCM. So find the lowest common multiple. So if I look at 5 and 6, it's equal to, what can they both go into? The lowest possible one, it's 30. Okay, so I times 5 by 6 to make it 30. So what I do to the bottom, the second step, do to the bottom and the top. So do to the bottom what you do to the top. You say 5 times 6, 4 times 6. So 4 times 6 is 24, okay, plus 6 times 5 makes 30. So you times the 1 by 5. That is plus 5. Right. Now the third step, do the sum. Okay, do the sum. So 24 plus 5 is 29 over 30. And I can't simplify that. So the fourth step would have been to simplify, but I can't simplify. I'm done. All right, let's try these steps and do this. So let's go equal to. First of all, I've got to get rid of the improper or the mixed numbers. So make it improper. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 1, 16 over 3. Okay. Minus 1 times 12 is 12, plus 3, 15 over 12. Okay. Now I say, right, let's find the LCM. The lowest common multiple for 3 and 12 is 12. So 3 to get to 12, I times by 4, then I times that by 4. 16 times 4, 16 and 16 is 32. 32 and 32 is 64. Right. Minus 12 is already 12, so times 1, minus 15. Okay. 64 minus 15, 14 minus 5 is 9. And 5 minus 1 is 4. 49 over 12. Now I say, how many times, simplify, can 12 go into 49? It can go, let's see, 12 into 49 is 4 times, which is 48. Remainder 1/12. So 4.5. If you follow this recipe, you can't get it wrong. Remember what I told you? A baker doesn't go and stand in front of the oven and just say, oh, well, I will just decide what to put into this. They look at a recipe. So the recipe you have to study. If I see fractions, this is the recipe I follow. Find the LCM. What I do to the bottom, I do to the top. Do the sum, and then simplify. And if I've got follow the recipe, I will get the answer. Okay, now let's do the following. Percentage of money. So if I look at the percentage of money, I say, right, let's look at 30%. Remember, 30% is one number. So I can't move the 100 to the 270. So I say 30 over 100 times 270 over 1. Right. Let's get rid of some of these zeros because then we can make our numbers smaller and then it's going to be a little easier to do. So bottom of the line crosses with top. Bottom, top. Bottom, top. Great. 3 times 27 is going to give me 54, I think. No. 3 times 7 is 21. So it's 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 7, 8, 81. Okay. Over 1. And 81 divided by 1 is 81 Rand. So 30% of 270 Rand is 81 Rand. Okay. Now let's do another one of those so that we get used to it. We've got 50%, so 50 out of 100, times by 3845 over 1. Okay. There's only one zero I can get rid of. The other one I can't get rid of. So I've got to say 3845 divide by, oh, sorry, not divide, times by 5. So let's say 5 times 5, 25. 4 times 5 is 20 plus 2, 22. 8 times 5 is 40 plus 2, 42. 3 times 5 is 15 and 4, 19. So I've got 19225 divide by 10 times 1, 10. Okay. Anything I divide by 10, I just move the comma, one place in. So I've got 1922, comma 5. And that's my answer. All right. Now, percentages, common fraction, and decimals. Okay. So let's have a look. 42% actually means, you can see the 100 there. Percent looks like 100. So we say 42% is actually 42 over 100. Great. Okay, we've got common fraction. Now the decimal. Units, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Okay, this tells you where it must go because the 2, the last digit, always goes by the number that it's on. So the 2 is on the 100th, the 2 goes 100th, then the 4, and then I finish it off. 0,42, and that's because the 2 must be by the hundredths. Okay, this one is easier. It tells me it's 5/10. So 0,5. The 5 must be under tenths. Spot on. Now I want to make this out of 100 so that I can get percentage. How do I make the 10 be 100? I times it by 10. What I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So I say 10 times 10, 100. 5 times 10, 50. Great. I've got 50%. Right. This one tells me that's unit, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So it tells me that's on the thousandths, the 5. So I know the last digit must be thousand. So 25 thousandths, because it's telling me it's thousandths. Okay. If I want to make this percentage, it's going to need to become 100. So how do I make 1,000 become 100? I divide by 10. If I divide by 10, I take one of those off and I put that comma there. So 2, 5 Okay, then I've got 24 hundredths, and then I say I've got units, I've got tenths, I've got hundredths. So I've got the 4 under hundredths, I've got the 2. 0,24, because the 4 must be under the hundredths. Okay, 2/3 of 100. If I do 2/3 of 100, because I want percentage, 2 times 100 is 200, divide by 3. 3 goes into 200. If you want to do the sum, 3 into 200. 3 into 2 goes, can't go. 3 into 20 goes 6 times, and that's 18, remainder 2. So 3 into 20, again 6 times, and it's remainder 2. And if you keep going, you will see it's 66,6666666. So your percentage is 66%. How many hundredths is it? 0,66, because it's 6 hundredths. Okay, now rounding off. Guys, quite important. Always end, I'm telling you where to end. So this you end on tenths, that one on hundredths, that one on thousandths. Okay, so the first one, I go rounding off sign. Remember the rounding off. Can the 2 change the 1? No. So 0,1. I stop by the tenths. Now, hundredths. There's an imaginary 0,0000000. Remember. Can a 0 change 2? No. Rounding off, 0,12. Thousandths. Can a 0 change a 0? No. 0, remember the rounding off, 120. Okay, next one. Here's 0,890 to the nearest tenth, 0, can the 9 change an 8? Yes. So it becomes 0,9. The next one is hundredths, rounding off. Can a 0 change a 9? No, it can't. So 0,89. Right, next one. Rounding off to the closest thousandths, 0,890, because the 0 can't change a 0. I want to just do the last one. Rounding off, can a 7 change the 8? Yes, so 0,9. Great. Next one. Can a 7 change a 7? Yes, so 0,88. Do you see I stop at the hundredths? Next one, stop at the thousandths. Can a 0 change a 7? No. So 0,877. Remember the rounding off sign. All right, now the next thing, guys, percentage increase. Okay, so they are asking me, calculate the percentage increase if the price of a bus ticket is 60 Rand due to da-da-da. Now it tells you 50 Rand to 70 Rand. Remember I said to you, you go to Clicks and you buy your mama a box of chocolates. Before COVID, 50 Rand. Now, 70 Rand, because things have become so expensive. You want to know how much percentage did it go up by. So let's have a look. This is going to be equal to, how much did it go from 50 to 70? It went up by 20 Rand. Okay, we can see that. But we don't want to know the money. We want to know the percentage. So I'm going to say, okay, how much did that go up for? You take the percentage increase or the number increase, so the increase, and you divide by the original number, and then I want the percentage, so times by percentage. Okay, so I say 20 Rand divided by original number was 50. So 50 Rand times by percentage is 100 over 1. Okay, now let's get rid of some zeros. So bottom to top. There's not another bottom one to do. So 20 times 10, 200. 5 times 1, 5. How many times does 5 go into 200? Let's go 20. 5 into 20 goes 4 times. And I put the 0 there, 40. And what am I looking for? Percent. So 40%. Okay, let's do C. Remember, I'm going to put all of this on a memo on Teams, so don't stress. This from 15 to 18 is 3 Rand. Okay. How much did it go up by? Remember the recipe. The recipe says 3 divided by original number, 15, times by 100 over 1. Unfortunately, there are no zeros to cross out with, to cancel with, so I just leave them. So I say 3 times 100, 300. 15 times 1, 15. How many times does 15 go into 30? Twice. And I put the 0 on. And then I say, what am I looking for? Percentage, 20%. Okay, now, next one. Let's do this one. 80%, remember it's one number, so 80 over 100 times by 160 over 1. Leave the comma out. So let's just work and then we'll put the comma back in. So let's get rid of some zeros. Bottom to top, bottom to top. Great. 8 times 16, let's go 16 times 8. 8 times 6 is going to be 54, is it? 72, sorry guys. 8 times 6 is 68. Yo, guys, weekend brain. Okay, 68. 1 times 8 is 8, plus 6, 14. So 148. But I need to put my comma back in. How many digits after the comma? 1, 2, 1, 2. So 1 Rand 48 is 80% of 1 Rand 60. Okay, now let's look at fractions of a number. So now we've done percentages of a number. Let's look at fraction of a number. So let's look at the 6th. So how much did each child, you and your friends each got 150 Rand pocket money. You spend the following fraction of your amount. How much does each child spend and how much does each child have left? Okay, so we spend 1/6, and Kozanati spends 1/6 of the pocket money was 150 over 1. Okay, now I work out 1 times 150, 6 times 1. So it's 150 divided by 6. So I'm going to say, yeah, 150 divided by 6. 6 goes into 15 twice, so it's 12. And 3, 6 into 30 goes 5 times. So 25. So how much did Nkozanati spend? 25 Rand. But how much will he have left over? So I'm going to say 150 minus 25 Rand. And left over will be 125 Rand. Okay. Remember, you're going to do each one of these. Right. And again, remember the memo will be online. So let's do Catherine. Catherine spent 1/5. So 1/5 of 150 over 1. So let's work it out. 1 times 150. Sorry, guys, 1/5. 1 times 150 is 150, divide by 5. 5 goes into 15 3 times. Put a 0 on. Catherine spent 30 Rand. Okay, so let's go work out 150 minus the 30 Rand, and they're left with 120 Rand. Okay, that's what she's left with. Now, remember, a kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. So if I say to you, what is 1/5 of a kilogram? You're always going to take 1,000 grams. So you're going to say 1/5 of 1,000 over 1 is equal to times. So 1,000 divided by 5, which is equal to 5. If you even do that, take 2 zeros, cover them with your finger. 5 into 10 goes twice, and put the zeros on. 200 grams. Okay, remember to put the measurement on. Otherwise, is it grams? Is it milliliters? What is it? All right, now, right, guys, BODMAS. I'm going to do this one so that I can show you. Follow the BODMAS rules. So we've got BODMAS. You might not necessarily see the question says, do the following BODMAS. But if you see subtraction, division, multiplication, whatever, a sum like this, you know immediately, even if it's a short one, even if it's that big, you know it means do BODMAS. Okay, so we've got equals 36 minus, we must do the bracket, but look at the size of this bracket. It's got so many things in. I can't just do it. There's 2 things that I'm seeing I need to sort first. When you see the O tells us do these things. Okay, so I'm going to say 20 plus 60 divided by 5 is 12, divided by 2 squared is 4, times 3 minus 2 times 2 plus 10. Remember, copy the rest. Okay, now we say equal to 36 minus 2, but in the bracket it's telling me do division. So 20 plus 12 divided by 4 is 3, times 3 minus 2 times 2. Okay, close bracket, plus 10. Right, next one. 36 minus 2, open the bracket. Now it tells us do multiplication. There's multiplication, there is. So 20 plus 3 times 3 is 9, minus 2 times 2 is 4, close bracket, plus 10. Okay, now still in the bracket, addition. There it is. So I say 36 minus 2, okay, and I open bracket 20 plus 9, 29, minus the 4 plus 10. Okay, now let's get rid of this bracket now completely. 36 minus 2 times 29 minus 4 is 25 plus 10. Okay, now 36 minus 2 times 25 is 50 plus 10. Okay, let's add first and then we're going to subtract. So 36 minus 50 plus 10, 60. And let's see what the sum is worth. 36 minus 60, negative is the bigger one. So we're going to say 60 minus 36 gives me 24. And what is it? The bigger one is negative. So negative 24. Okay, it looks long, guys, but every part's going to get you a mark. For sorting this out, you're going to get a mark there, you're going to get a mark there. For doing the 3, you get a mark. For multiplying 3 times 3, for 2 times 2. For the 29, for the 5, for the 50, for the 60, for the minus 24. Okay, the rest of this will be in the memo, please try and even work this one out. Make that a cubed root, please. Make it a cubed root and then see what you can do with it. Okay, now the next part. I'm going to do this and then I'm going to stop there for now. Integers. When we work with integers, remember what we said. Even use a number line, guys. A number line is going to make it easier for you. Right, I've got 13. Change the sign. The same signs, remember what we said? If they are multiplied or divided only. The same signs are always positive. Okay. Different signs, if you divide or multiply, are always negative. All right. But only if you divide or multiply, or multiply. And remember, if the signs are next to each other. And brackets, you know, means multiply. So a positive negative becomes 13 minus 30. That's 1 mark. Always change the sign first. Okay, you're going to get an extra mark for that. When I look at the difference between the two, I literally say 30 minus the 13, because there's a positive and a negative, but I'm not dividing or multiplying. So I cover the signs and I go 13 and 30. So 30 minus the 13 will give me 17. And which numbers are bigger? The 30, and that's negative. So negative 17. Okay, let's look at this one. We've got minus 18, and then we've got a negative and a positive next to each other, so negative 12. If you look on a number line and you've got minus 18, on a number line minus 18 and then minus 32 more, you've got to go deeper into the negatives. So you're going to say that plus that, because I'm only working on the negative side of the number line. So 2 and 8 is 10, carry the 1, that's 4, 5, so 50. I will end up at minus 50, because if I'm on minus 18 on a number line, I go more, I'm going to end up at minus 50. Right, 8 minus 36. Again, different signs. So what is 36 minus 8? That's going to give me 28. And which one is bigger? The 36. That's negative. So negative 28. Right, the next one. 34 minus 43. Again, the signs are different. That's positive, negative. But I'm not multiplying, I'm not dividing. So cover the signs. 43 minus 34 will give me, that's 4. I'm going to end up with 9. And which one's bigger? Negative. Negative 9. Okay, so now let's look at these. This one just says 27, negative, negative, plus 40. So 27 and 40, 67, because they're both on the positive side. This one, minus 32, positive 3, because I changed because of that. If I go minus 32 plus 3, I see they're different, cover them. 32 minus 3 will give me 29. And which sign's bigger? 32, so negative 29. Right, remember these guys I said to you, do the inverse. So you've got 44. This said plus 46, so let's say minus 46. What is the difference? Because 44 is positive, that's negative. 44 and 46, the difference is 2. Which one's bigger? Negative. So negative 2. So that one is a minus 2. Okay, again inverse. Minus 23. This says minus 9. Now I've got to plus 19, sorry. Right, what is the difference? Because they're negative, there's a positive. What's the difference between the two? I cover 23 minus 19. That's going to be 4. And which one's bigger? Negative. -4. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, we've got a space here. So I've got -16. That says -55, so let's plus 55. Okay, let's look. That's a negative, that's a positive. Cover them. So how much is 55 minus 16? If you need to, guys, you even do it on the side or do it on your working out paper. 55 minus 16, you can't. So 15 minus 6 will give me 9. 4 minus 1 will give me 3. So I'll go 39. And which one's bigger? The positive. So positive 39. All right. Yeah is like BODMAS, but I've got to change the signs. So I say equal to 13 minus 16 plus 18 minus 24. Now I say, what must I do first? I must add. So 13 minus 16 and 18 is 34 minus 24. And now I just subtract. I've got these, I've got 13, so now I'm on the number line. I've got 13 here, I've got 0, and then I start subtracting. So 13 minus 13 is going to give me 0, and then I've got to go minus 34. So I jump minus 34, and then I minus another 24. Okay, so let's have a look. If I say 34 and 24, I've got 8 and 5, so 58. So what I'm actually saying is 13 minus 58. So 58 minus the 13 would give me 5, and there's 4. So I'm going in the negatives. I'm going to be at minus 45. Okay, I'm hoping that you can see where I'm coming from with this. With this, remember, you subtract minus 8 minus 7, because minus 7, you're subtracting from minus 8. And if I've got minus 8 on a number line, and I do minus 7 more, I'm going to be on minus 15. Almost like you add them, but you add them in the negatives. All right. Now, guys, function tables and the rest, I'm going to finish in a different video because this video is quite long already for you guys. And I'm going to finish the rest on the next video, and then I will let you know exactly when it's done, as well as the link on YouTube. Great. Study hard, guys. Good luck. I know you can do it.